What up, family? Wherever you're joining from, whether it be YouTube, social media, Instagram, wherever you found me, welcome aboard. Especially my Currency Lab FX family, shout out to y'all. But I think this is a very important video, probably perhaps one of the most important videos to the community, and that is in regards to trading a funded account versus your personal funds. And hopefully I can break some of this down for you because I know a lot of you have asked me. And then also I do see this conversation a lot within the trading industry. So with that being said, um, guys, I just want to break down a little bit about both, okay, and the pros and cons. So I've been in the journey for quite some time, going on 6 years at least. And, at one point, for 4 of those years, 5 of those years, there was only the option to trade your personal funds when day trading. And, just until about 2 years ago, um, we were given access to prop firms, and prop firms emerged or whatever, and those are basically proprietary companies who allow you to attempt a challenge to become funded and access to their capital. All right, usually virtual capital, but it's a great opportunity for the trader, and over the years, I've always traded personal funds until this year. But I'm going to break down a little bit off of each, and the pros of each and the cons of each. With personal funds, I flip small accounts and what's considered small is anywhere from $100 to $10,000. So if you're someone, the average person, this is still considered a lot of money. However, in the foreign exchange market, $100 to $10,000 is considered a small account. Okay, so that's why most people attempt a funded account. But the pros and the cons of a personal account are that with your personal account, the advantages are that you can withdraw at any moment. All right, so withdrawing at any moment is huge because you may need access to your funds immediately. Okay, and with the funded account, you cannot withdraw until either bi-weekly or 30 days from your first trade after you become verified and pass the challenge. However, with your personal funds, you know, another pro is that you can leverage it how you want, as much as the broker will let you, whether it's A or B list brokers. Sometimes they're 1 to 100, 1 to 500. That being said, if you're throwing a $10 lot on $1,000, that may work out for you. I don't recommend that because that's a terrible risk to reward, depending on what you're looking at on the charts. That's a really huge lot size on a small account. And risk management comes into play. However, let's say you had $1,000 in a personal account, versus if you were funded on a 100K account, that lot size may not be so heavy. And then also, with the pro account, with a pro of a personal account, it's really just overall, I guess it being just your own money. Now, some cons of the personal account, it's your own money. Like that's really something I've learned to kind of avoid, especially since funded proprietary firms have came available for us to use. So percentage wise, 1% on $100 account or $1,000 account is significantly smaller than 1% on a 100K account. And those that trade know that 1% to 5% is usually the risk to reward you want to stay in between when trading or day trading. With your personal funds, if you're someone that only can throw $100 in or $1,000 in, mind you, that's still a lot of money for some. 1% on $100 is, $1. 1%, on 1,000 is what, like, I don't know, 100. I'm sorry, not $100, $10 or whatever it may be, and then $100, $10,000, 1% is $100. So versus if you had a funded account, 1% on a 100K account is $1,000. Now, mind you, if you make 1,000 or lose 1,000, it's significantly different. And $1,000 versus $100 you made is way more complimentary on your life. All right, so that's another different perspective of it, I guess. I flipped small personal accounts. Like when I was in college, I flipped a lot of accounts. Like, I was doing everything I can to just hustle and bustle and come up with something. But a part of that is really the skill set. It doesn't matter how much capital you have. The skill is going to always be the winner at the end of the day, because if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not sound in the market, it will eat you alive. Point blank period, it will eat you alive. I've taken, several accounts from 300 to 1,200 or 500 to 2,500, whatever it may be. And I've also have had my fair share of blown accounts because I was trading my personal funds, trying to rush the process because, maybe the skill was there, but I was not patient enough, which is another huge factor when trading your personal funds. You got to be patient when you trade these small accounts. Like you trading $100, you need to be really waiting on the best trade and preparing for the best trade, and also not over leveraging. Okay. When you have a little bit more capital, it's the same mindset. However, you could be in and out of a trade and scalp and still have a $400 or $500 day. Someone who's on $100 account, $4 or $5, that's good. You made money in the market, but it's not really benefiting your life quickly. So huge difference. But pros of a funded account, you have more capital, you can leverage that, you can risk more, you can see a higher return. I've been funded earlier this year with 100K, and I passed the challenge, verification, first withdrawal, all that. I've experienced both of these, so just keep that in mind. And then another pro is that you're not losing your money on a funded account. You're if you attempt a challenge and you don't pass, there's stipulations that you more than likely will you lose your money. However, if you made it, I think if you ran out of time on the funded account during the challenge, then you can get an extension. However, when you do become funded, and let's say with 100 grand, you're not going to lose 100 grand versus if your personal account, if you had 100 grand and you had the access to the personal funds to put 100 grand in your account, I don't recommend doing that. Why would you do that when you can trade a funded account and not ever risk losing 100K? Because with the funded account, you can't have an overall max drawdown go past 5% daily and 10% max. So those metrics actually help you become a better trader, in my opinion, because you could take those same metrics and apply them to personal funds, which will make you keep the mindset of not over leveraging and over risking and blowing your account numerous of times. But another saving money. So the first pro, I guess, was the capital amount, because this percent, if you're someone who's percentage based, 5% on 100K is $5,000. $5,000 can do significantly a lot for you in 1 month. It could pay your rent, it could pay some bills, it could pay a car note, it could help your mom, it could help your whoever you need, your dad, family, whatever it may be. 5% is significantly a different difference on 100K versus $100. All right, or $1,000. And then the second was what was the second? Over just what was the second? I guess over the over leveraging and the risk involved. You can risk way more than you can on a smaller account. And then just another pro of it is, oh no, sorry, the second pro was you never lose your own money. You only lose what you if you don't pass the challenge, you only lose what you paid for. So if you bought $500 worth on a challenge, then of course you don't get that money back. If you are positive with capital, let's say you're 101,000, you ran out of time, then you can get a time extension for a certain cost to pass the challenge. And then third, you know, I think I really think just um, you know the withdrawing is probably a con because you have to wait bi-weekly on most prop firms, and then 30 days after you pass the challenge also. So I mean, I guess that's a con. And then another con is when you lose 10% or 5%, and if 5% of the day, then account's gone. So all that work you put in to get funded, you now have to reattempt and do all over again. And if it's 10% overall drawdown, then you now have to reattempt and do it all over again. So I am not advising you to choose either or. I'm just giving you my experience and how you should really consider both, because they both could be beneficial to you. You know, if you're someone who needs money now, and you know you only have a couple $100, maybe it's $50 that you want to slowly compound and build. That's the name of the game. Whether you're trading a personal account or funded account, you want to compound, all right? And you know, don't always look for the big home run. Those home runs will come. Just speaking from experience, all right? And being transparent, guys. I've blown accounts. That's a part of the game. You're gonna blow accounts, but you can do things to prevent that. And you can also you know, implement certain things to make you a better trader. All right. No, I'm not a millionaire yet. I know I will be. But you know, trading does complement my life right now. A couple $1,000s every other week or here, there. You know, it complements what I do. I'm not just a one-trick pony. I do a lot of different things outside of trading, but I'm very passionate about it. So, you know, guys, I highly recommend. For me, my experience, I traded um, a few different brokers, and then also, you know, funded wise, I went through top tier. Um, I think that it was a good experience. They were very, you know, prudent on making sure that my funds were to me and I was taken care of. And you know, also I think, you know, Q I've met and you know, had interaction with, and he has a pretty good track record. So I trusted him. And then, you know, Grant Hardy, um, all of those guys that work together to make top tier what it is, you know, I appreciate. And then, you know, there's other great prop firms out there in my Forex funds, you know. A lot of people use FTMO. You know, it's up to you to use your own discretion on which to choose. Just going from my experience and what I experienced with top tier. But with that being said, man, 22 is going by extremely fast. And I know I haven't posted a lot of videos on trading lately, but I am going to wrap it up with a 22 recap on how my trading journey has been this year, what I've learned, what I can do better, what I can give back to you guys, and so forth. And, you know, with that being said, if you're someone who needs additional tutoring or wants a course and a community behind you and a good mentor, reach out to me. Let's see if I can align or we can align together and, you know, see where we can go from there. I do have a course, I do have a community, and I do have a group chat and 24 access to me. So, guys, if you found this video valuable, please, please like and subscribe to the channel, and also follow wherever you are. I truly, truly appreciate all the support this year and the past few years in regards to just everything that I'm doing. And guys, I really, really want you all to avoid the mistakes that I have made and other traders have made that you don't have to go through. Okay? So, guys, see you on the other side. And I pray that everyone has a strong end to their 2022 year. Peace.